Sheepsquatch, also known as the White Thing, is a cryptid native to the Appalachian region, particularly in West Virginia. This creature is described as a large, woolly, bipedal beast with features that resemble a mixture of a sheep, a bear, and a large dog. Its fur is usually described as dirty white, thick, and matted, giving it a wild and unkempt appearance. While the beast itself stands around 6 to 9 feet tall, it has powerful muscular limbs, and many reports detail its sharp, pointed teeth and formidable claws, which are said to be capable of tearing through wood and flesh. One particularly unique and unnerving feature is its set of large, curved horns that resemble those of a ram or a goat, further contributing to its terrifying appearance. The creature is said to emit a foul odor, a mixture of sulfur and wet dog, adding to the atmosphere of fear it creates during sightings. The first significant wave of Sheepsquatch sightings began in the early 1990s in Boone County, West Virginia, but whispers of a large, sheep-like creature haunting the Appalachian forests have been part of local lore for much longer. Early reports typically came from hikers and campers who ventured deep into the forests, only to come face to face with the beast in the dead of night. One of the most well-known sightings occurred in 1994, when a group of campers in Boone County claimed they saw the Sheepsquatch stalking them from the tree line. According to their account, they were sitting around a campfire when the woods fell eerily silent, a common prelude to something unnatural in cryptid lore. Moments later, they heard the unmistakable sounds of heavy footsteps and the crackling of branches under something very large. When they shone their flashlights toward the source of the noise, they saw the Sheepsquatch for the first time, its massive, hulking figure standing just within the tree line. The creature reportedly charged toward them, its eyes glowing red in the light, horns aimed forward in a menacing display. The campers fled in terror, leaving behind their equipment, only to return the next day to find their campsite torn apart, as though something had rampaged through it after they escaped. Around the same time, another sighting was reported by a local couple who were driving home late at night along a winding forested road. They described seeing a large white creature on all fours, drinking from a creek by the roadside. At first, they mistook it for a large dog or possibly a bear. But as they got closer, they noticed the thick wool-like fur and the distinctive horns curling from its head. The creature reportedly stood up on its hind legs, towering over their vehicle, before retreating into the woods with a guttural snarl. This sighting, along with others, fueled local panic and intrigue, leading many to believe the Sheepsquatch was more than just an urban legend. Another curious incident occurred in 1995, this time in Boone County once again. A hunter claimed to have encountered the Sheepsquatch while tracking deer deep in the forest. According to the hunter, he noticed a strong sulfuric odor moments before seeing the creature. He described it as moving on all fours, but it quickly rose to its hind legs when it noticed him. Frozen with fear, the hunter reported that the Sheepsquatch let out a deep growl before bounding away into the thick forest, leaving behind only large, oddly shaped footprints. Skeptics suggested the creature might have been a large, mangy bear, but those who have encountered the Sheepsquatch insist it is something entirely different. In 1999, there was another chilling sighting reported by a group of explorers investigating a cave system near a forested region in Boone County. They claimed that while they were inside one of the caves, they heard strange growling and scratching sounds from deeper within the tunnels. When they emerged, they saw what they believed to be the Sheepsquatch at the cave's entrance, blocking their path. The creature reportedly stood there, staring at them for several moments before it turned and disappeared back into the trees. The group, understandably terrified, quickly left the area and refused to return to the caves. Though sightings of the Sheepsquatch have decreased since the 1990s, the legend continues to live on in Appalachian folklore. Many locals believe the creature still roams the deep forest, staying hidden from human eyes most of the time, but occasionally making its presence known to those who venture too far into its territory. The Sheepsquatch has not been reported to be aggressive beyond its displays of intimidation, leading some to speculate that it may be more of a territorial creature than one that seeks to harm. However, the consistent sulfuric smell reported in many encounters leads some to wonder whether the creature has a supernatural origin, possibly connected to the rich vein of Appalachian folklore that speaks of creatures from other realms or dimensions. In recent years, the Sheepsquatch has gained some popularity among cryptozoologists and paranormal enthusiasts, becoming a subject of television shows and internet discussions. Some believe it could be a relative of other cryptids, like the Mothman, another West Virginia legend, or even a local variation of the more widespread Sasquatch. Others suggest that the creature could be a misidentified animal, perhaps a large bear with mange or another natural phenomenon. Despite the lack of physical evidence, the stories of those who have encountered the Sheepsquatch are difficult to dismiss, leaving many to wonder if this woolly beast truly lurks in the shadows of the Appalachian forests. The Ahool is a cryptid from the dense, rainforested jungles of Java, Indonesia, described as a giant bat or pterosaur-like creature. With its massive wingspan and distinct screeching call, the Ahool stands out among cryptids for its association with remote, unexplored wilderness. Descriptions of the creature vary, but it is often said to have a wingspan of 10 to 12 feet, leathery wings resembling those of a bat, and a face more akin to a primate than a bat or bird. Its name, Ahool, is derived from the sound of its haunting cry, a loud Ahool that echoes through the jungle at night, striking fear into those who hear it. The first significant sighting of the Ahool came in 1925, reported by Dr. Ernest Bartels, a naturalist exploring the rainforest slopes of Mount Salak in West Java. Dr. Bartels was no stranger to the wilderness, as he was the son of renowned ornithologist Meg Bartels, and he spent much of his life studying the wildlife of the Indonesian archipelago. While exploring a waterfall in the thick jungle, Bartels was suddenly startled by an enormous creature that flew overhead, letting out a distinct cry that sounded like Ahool. Bartels described the creature as a massive bat, unlike anything he had ever seen in his years of fieldwork. Its appearance was strikingly similar to that of a bat, but far larger and more menacing. Bartels' sighting sparked intrigue, but the remoteness of the region meant that little concrete evidence could be gathered. The dense rainforest of Java, with its towering trees and hidden valleys, is an ideal habitat for an elusive creature. And despite Bartels' reputation as a credible observer, the Ahool remained a mystery. In subsequent years, Bartels would report hearing the creature's signature call on several occasions, but he never again saw it as clearly as that first encounter. Still, his reports kept the legend alive, drawing the attention of both cryptozoologists and local villagers, who had their own stories of giant bats inhabiting the forest. The next notable sighting occurred decades later, in 2005, when a group of local farmers working in a remote region of West Java reported seeing a large, bat-like creature flying overhead just before dusk. According to their accounts, the creature's wingspan was enormous, far too large to be any known bird or bat native to the area. It passed over them in silence at first, but then let out the unmistakable Ahool call, which immediately sent chills through the group. Unlike birds or bats, the creature's movements seemed slow and deliberate, as if it was surveying the area rather than merely passing through. Though the farmers were unable to get a close look at the creature's face, they were convinced that what they saw was not a normal animal. Local wildlife experts were quick to suggest that the sightings could be attributed to known species, such as large bats or owls, which are native to the Indonesian rainforests. The giant fruit bat, also known as the flying fox, for instance, has a wingspan that can reach up to 5 feet, but even that falls far short of the Ahool's reported 10 to 12 feet. Furthermore, witnesses have consistently described the creature's face as more primate-like, which is not a feature of any bat species. This description has led some cryptozoologists to speculate that the Ahool could be a relic species, possibly a surviving pterosaur, or a previously unknown large bat species with unique features. There have been other sightings reported over the years, though none as well documented as those of Dr. Bartel's or the 2005 encounter. In 2010, for example, a group of tourists visiting a secluded waterfall near the Mount Salak region claimed to have seen a large flying creature at dusk, though they were unable to provide much detail beyond its wingspan and the eerie sound it made as it flew over them. The tourists initially thought it was some kind of bird, until they heard the same distinctive Ahool cry that matched previous descriptions of the creature. Some cryptozoologists, such as Ivan T. Sanderson, a well-known researcher in the field, have suggested that creatures like the Ahool represent the overlap between known science and the mysteries of the natural world. Sanderson once proposed that the Ahool could be an unknown species of giant bat, still undiscovered due to the remoteness and inaccessibility of its habitat. The rainforests of Indonesia are home to countless species that remain undocumented, and the possibility of an undiscovered megafauna is not beyond the realm of scientific possibility. Local legends tell of the Ahool as a creature that punishes those who disrespect nature or venture too deep into the forest without proper reverence. Its cry is said to warn locals of its presence, and some believe that hearing the Ahool call at night is a sign to turn back before angering the forest spirits. This connection to nature and traditional beliefs makes the Ahool more than just a cryptid. It represents the powerful and mysterious relationship between the people of Java and the untamed wilds they live alongside. As with many cryptids, the Ahool continues to inspire fascination, fear, and debate. Its sightings, though rare, keep the legend alive, and the dense, misty jungles of Java offer the perfect backdrop for a creature that remains elusive and mysterious. Whether it is a giant bat, a remnant of prehistoric times, or something else entirely, the Ahool remains one of Southeast Asia's most intriguing cryptids, its cry still echoing in the minds of those who have heard it, long after the creature itself has disappeared into the night.